So I think my question would be that I see him as a developer advocate. So I would want to know more about this field and this field. What kind of people is this field for exactly?
So developer advocacy depends from company to company. In some companies, that's a marketing role. I see value in that. I don't. I don't do that. I'm always working for companies who see developers advocates more closer to the engineering role. Um, so I'm not really trying to sell anything to anybody, or generate leads, but just sharing the experience with others. Right. That's probably the closest one can define is developer advocate. Now, whether that sharing is through speaking at conferences or doing YouTube videos or writing blog posts or anything else, depends really from person to person. But what we all have in common is the desire to share, right? And sharing goes both ways. I learn a lot from sharing, just to clarify. It's not only unidirectional. Now, the thing is that I would not recommend people. I see that actually being developer advocate is becoming popular and well paid and what's not. I don't recommend people jumping and saying this is going to be my first role, right? You can do it. Everything can be done. But I think that the real good advocates are people who have already certain level of experience, which can be many different things, right? It can be you were developing for years, you were doing this, it can be many different things. But I see developer advocacy more as at one moment switching from something that you were doing into sharing about that something, right? So become good at something, and then if you feel like sharing about that something, then you can do it as a developer advocate. And to make clear, depending on the company, there are many companies where actually people are doing very similar to what I'm doing without being developer advocates. In many companies, if you're invited to speak at KubeCon, let's say, or you submit and you get accepted, you're still speaking. You don't have to be developer advocate. It's just maybe, think of it as engineering role that is slightly more focused on sharing than other roles, not that you're the only one. And that's beneficial usually for the company you work in. There are many benefits depending on the company and so on and so forth. And usually it comes with a lot of practice. So I'm ashamed of the first time I went on a stage to talk on a conference. If that was recorded, I would probably open a window and jump rather than watch myself do that. Same thing with blog posts. When I read what I wrote a long time ago, it's all horrible. You just do it. You know that you're gonna fail. Just like writing code, right? If you look at the code you wrote a year ago, and if that code is not horrible compared to what you do now, then you did not improve.